Homer had finally waited for his hair donor, a wig made of real human hair, just as the doctor was about to give him an anesthetic injection. The next second, the doctor punched Homer to the ground. The doctor cut open Homer's head and transplanted a criminal's hair onto him. Homer ended up with a thick head of hair. By nightfall, the hair had invaded Homer's brain. Homer suddenly opened his eyes and walked out of the room. Homer went to find Abe.
You sent me to the chair. Sneak? But you're dead. I know you are, but what am I?
The next day, the police found Abe's body in a refrigerator, which made everyone panic. Homer silently lit a cigarette and went to Moe's tavern. Homer used a bottle opener to rip out Moe's heart right then and there. Every person who was killed was someone Snake had sworn to kill before he died. The next target would be Bart. Homer said, "I'll protect you no matter what." But after Homer sealed the door tight, he suddenly lifted a hammer and swung it at Bart. Bart banged on the door frantically, screaming for help. At that moment, Lisa realized Homer was being controlled by Snake's hair. In the nick of time, Homer regained his senses just in time.
It's gotta die.
But I love my son.
More than a lush head of hair.
Don't make me choose!
Homer forcefully tore off the wig, but the hair actually gained consciousness on its own and jumped straight onto Bart's face. Luckily, the police arrived just in time and shot the hair dead. Homer was drawn to a newspaper with a story about donuts and finally picked the paper up, only to find Maggie stuck inside it. Homer didn't have 25 cents on him, so he tried to pull Maggie out through the gaps. Instead, he only managed to yank off her clothes. Maggie covered herself with the newspaper. Homer used mayonnaise to write a distress message, but as soon as Santa's little helper took a few steps with it, he licked all the writing clean. On the other side of things, Bart threw a piece of gum onto Lisa's head.
There's gum in my hair! Mom!
Marge remembered that peanut butter could dissolve gum, so she slathered a thick layer of peanut butter all over Lisa's head. Maybe a little mayonnaise would help too, she thought. Marge told Lisa to stay out in the sun, to let the gum melt, but instead, it attracted a swarm of bees.
Mark Simpson, still making things the old-fashioned way?
No, I've got gum in my hair.
Marge had already tried every trick she could think of, but still couldn't get the gum out. Flanders suggested freezing Lisa's hair, and then breaking the gum off with a hammer, but that only got gum stuck to more of her hair. Word of this quickly spread around Springfield, and everyone came over to give Lisa advice. None of the ideas worked, though. Lisa had to sneak over to the barbershop wearing a hat, and get the gum-covered part of her hair cut off. Lisa couldn't bear the thought of being a bald girl, so the barber had to comb the hair from the back of her head forward to cover the bald spot. Lisa was happy with the result, but as soon as she stepped out of the barbershop, Nelson started making fun of her. Do you have any idea just how unlucky Bart can get? He finally finished his homework, only to have it eaten by Santa's little helper. Right at that moment, the school bus arrived. Bart ran as fast as he could, but the bus doors had already closed. To make matters worse, it started pouring rain. Bart got completely soaked from head to toe, but as soon as he reached school, the rain stopped. Bart tried to get the attention of a girl in his class, but his pants split open instead. The teacher was taking the class on a field trip to the chocolate factory, but Bart had left his permission slip at home.
What a day.
The principal assigned Bart to lick envelopes. By the end, his tongue was so swollen he couldn't even talk.
Hand, side, go, down.
Bart was skateboarding home, but out of nowhere, the skateboard's wheels fell off. He ended up falling into a basement bar. A group of guys pointed guns at Bart. Turns out, it was an underground casino. Fat Tony told Bart to pick a racehorse. Bart just said one at random, and it happened to win. That made Fat Tony see Bart as his lucky charm. Fat Tony asked Bart to mix a drink.
Not sure.
Bart could only pick one that looked simple to make, but surprisingly, it got approved. From that day on, Bart started working at the bar. One day, the police suddenly showed up to raid the place. Fat Tony had no choice but to hide all the cigarettes in Bart's room. Homer, though, thought Bart had started smoking. It wasn't until the delivery guy came to pick up the cigarettes that the truth came out. To thank Bart for his help, Fat Tony had a custom suit made just for him. This made Marge really worried, so she sent Homer to infiltrate Fat Tony's crew.